Okay, so now we're going to talk about the second half of the video that I promised you. So far, we've been talking about your hair, which is the length of your hair, which is maybe the dead part of your hair. But just because it's dead, that doesn't mean it has to look dead. It can still be gorgeous and beautiful and healthy looking. And we talked about some ways of doing that just a few minutes ago. What we're going to talk about now is the root of your hair, the root that is embedded in your scalp, and where you actually have a living, growing function happening. What is happening around your hair follicle, your hair root actually at that point is there is blood circulation, there's lymphatic circulation. It's capable of taking in nutrition. It's capable of also getting rid of any of the toxins that you can put on it, but only in moderation. Now think about it. We put all kinds of hair gel, hair spray, and all of our shampoos have all kinds of phthalates and parabens and sulfates and petrochemicals. All of this is chemicals, and we keep adding it onto our scalp all the time, incessantly. Imagine that I'm going to take my hands, which is say chemicals, and squeeze it around my neck. The more I put around my neck, I'm going to choke myself off. The same thing happens with our hair at the root. When you put all these chemicals on top of it, it just has no option but to keep on taking it and taking it and taking it. At a point, there's so much buildup, layer upon layer, and so much of toxicity that is built up over there that it does nothing but choke your hair follicle and choke your root, so much so that it has no option but to just fall out. Now, a certain amount of hair fall is acceptable, 50 to 70 hairs to 100 hairs even per day. But when life is going okay, let's assume that you've not had a baby, you had your blood test done and your hormones are okay. Well, all of us have stress, can't help that. We all have some degree of that. And health-wise, you're mostly okay. A certain amount of hair fall is okay, but when it becomes excessive and you start feeling like it's just gone way too much, that's when you have to examine and see what is it that you're doing wrong. What is it that you're doing that is taking you away from the natural cycle of things? And this buildup that happens can just choke your roots, choke it, and there's only so much that your hair can take away and your lymphatic system can take away and your blood vessels can take away. But at a certain point of time, they're going to just give up. So we have to learn different ways of not just adding things to our hair and our scalp, but adding the right amount of the right ingredients and doing the right things to help our hair be what it needs to be. And it's easily done. We'll talk some more in our next video about that.